This post-match report is proudly brought to you by Complete Sports Management, more footy, less admin, and Stat Guru, when numbers matter.
G'day, I'm George here with Complete Sports Management. I'm joined by Terry and Oscar, the coach of the Surrey Park Panthers at Surrey Park and one of the 100-gamer players for the day, or milestone players, along with one other bloke called Michael who couldn't join us. Big-ish defeat, 64 points, but by no means an easy game for the Q Rovers, who were ultimately successful on the day. Terry, what are your thoughts immediately post-game on how the boys played?
Oh, look, we're pretty happy. We had a 90-odd point defeat last week, and probably that was due to poor effort. So the boys knew playing the top side, and they're a pretty talented side as we saw, but we couldn't question to be within, and they scored a couple of cheapies in the last 5 minutes, and unfortunately we would have liked to have kept it to about 50. But I think we've done pretty well, to be honest. So,
very much so. You spoke about effort. I noticed there was no boys on the interchange.
No boys on the interchange.
I imagine that made things even tougher again.
Oh, we've had 3, 4 or 5 injuries all weeks to start the season. So we're starting to get some of the side back. So it makes it harder, but you deal with what you deal with.
Unlucky run with the injuries. Oscar, 100 games. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Come pretty far. The coaches have, I forgot the word. No, set us up. Yeah, I've improved a lot. So yeah, and it's good to be back from injury. So yeah,
that's good. How do you think you played today?
Oh, just coming back from injury, I played average, but I think everyone played their role, and yeah, everyone did all right. So yeah.
That's fair. What was your injury, if I may ask?
Just an ankle injury, so it wasn't too major, but yeah.
Back in, you were looking good out there.
Yeah.
And Coach, coming off this loss, obviously it is a big improvement from last week. Do you know who you've got next week and whether the game plan will shift for the next game?
Oh, look, I hadn't seen the boys play before the season, so I've rotated a fair few of the kids, but we've sort of settled the lineup a little bit in terms of positions. So we'll just stick to what we're doing and just improve. Some skills need to improve, and even just some of the little things. As I said to the boys after the game, rather than have to ask for effort, when we don't have to ask for effort, we can coach. So we'll continue to just build, and we'll get a win. We'll get there.
Wise words there. And Oscar, we saw obviously very slippery conditions, very windy today. We saw in the 15th minute of the second quarter, one of the Q Rovers runners lost his footing and ate some dirt. Yeah. How was it playing on wet turf like that, and how did you cope?
Yeah, well, we haven't played in wet condition for quite a while, so it was different, but I think we held well and did all right. Yeah.
All right, that's all from me and the Surrey Park Panther boys. We'll now cross over to Patrick with a few of the Q Rovers victorious players. Thank you.
Thanks, George. I'm joined by Damien Bissonella, the Q Rovers ruckman, and Peter Hobby, the assistant coach for today of the Q Rovers. They got up by 64 points. Damien, you've been a bull in the middle the whole year, and you just continue to dominate the hit-outs. It was a good contest today. How did you see it?
I saw it all right. Yeah, I didn't do a lot today. I had the help of Sam, but yeah, the midfield just works with me quite well, and yeah, it just makes my life a lot easier.
Yeah, it would, definitely having those guys in the midfield, but I guess with you and Sam, you can rotate up forward a bit and maybe get on the scoreboard. Is that a plan, and do you guys talk about doing that a bit?
Yeah, Sam moves up forward a fair bit. I push back a bit today, but yeah, it's good to have the option of Sam and then also Jacob sometimes, but yeah, it's good.
Definitely, and I think you're a really good ruckman. You're underselling yourself, but when that midfield's around you, it must be really easy. They make you look pretty good anyway.
Yeah, well, getting first used to them and then easy clearances into the forward line just makes our game a lot better, easier.
Yeah, and it's a perfect day for you, I guess, not for everyone else. The wet and windy conditions, not quite enjoyable to play for but I'm sure that suited you a lot today.
Yeah, I love playing in the wet and the cold. I don't know why, I just find it a lot funner. And yeah, just worked.
Yeah, fabulous. And Peter, it was a really tough game today. They brought it to you. They're 0-6, but you wouldn't have told that from the game today.
No, exactly. Look, any team that's in Div 1 have earned their right to be in Div 1, and they're a good side. They're only a couple of players short of being a really good side. So they've got some nice big tools, and you mark the ball and play strongly and everything like that. So they absolutely took it up to us. Dame was fantastic today, as well he's been the last few weeks, so that's why I've sort of asked him to come along, because I think he's just been fantastic for us in the ruck against really strong opposition and been really hard at it, so he's doing really well.
Certainly, and really consistent throughout, Damien, and I think that's right across the board. Everyone in the team's really consistent. Dakes, I know we talk about him every week, but he's taking the kicks at fullback, and then he's kicking, 3 or 4 goals. So it must be a pleasure to watch these guys.
Yeah. We try to tell Dakes, tell the fullbacks to, when Dakes comes down, not to let him have the kick, just to get him out of there a bit. But he takes that role and responsibility on, and it's fantastic. And that's what we want from all the kids, is really take the responsibility on. And he goes back and hits up targets, and he's down the forward line kicking goals. But he's fantastic, and they're all fantastic. Luke Colby was sensational today as well, from the half-back line. So we tried a few different things today, and just trying to set us up for the next couple of weeks. So it was good.
Certainly, and next week, Ashburton, the showdown, you predicted it a few weeks ago, but 2 undefeated teams, it should be a cracker.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think they beat St Mary's today.
They did.
Yeah. So if they've beaten St Mary's, they're absolutely a quality side, and hopefully we're going to get all of our players back and do a good contest. It should be great. We're looking forward to it.
Certainly, so are we. So thanks, boys, for joining me. It's freezing cold. We'll let you go. Once again, repeating from Surrey Park, it was Q Rovers victorious by 64 points today. Until next time, thanks for joining us.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.